Hello, hello, and welcome to Shine Your Light, the three-step system to reach millions with your message within 24 hours. I am Orgina Rose, and I'm so glad you're here because I cannot wait to share with you all that I have to share with you today. And we're going to jump right in. We're not going to do fluff and all of the nonsense that goes on. We're jumping right in because I know you want to know exactly what this is all about. And because this is a bold statement to reach millions with your message. And this is a true statement. So, everything I'm going to share with you today is what I have done, what my students and clients have done. So, it is what's possible. So, just to make sure you're in the right place and this is what you want to be learning, if you are a spiritual teacher, a health and wellness professional, meditation, yoga host, instructor, or coach, and you would like to reach more people with your message, your gifts, your skills, your talents, if you'd like to get more students and clients, enlarge your audience, make a bigger impact, make more income, and work smarter so you can have more freedom, then yes, indeed, you are in the right place. This is that place because I'm a big believer in being able to do all of that, do all of those things, and have all of those things. So we're going to learn how to do that today. So many so many light workers and healers and spiritual teachers and just truly amazing people trying to make this world a better place who are really gifted and talented are struggling. And it seems like it's even growing. The more and more people I speak to, they're really, really struggling financially, struggling to get their businesses, get their work out into the world in a bigger way so that they can have the kind of clients and everything they need. So they're not reaching enough people with their message. They're not making a big enough impact. They know that they're called for more, you know, and I think so many of you might feel that way. You know you're called for more to make a bigger impact. Not getting enough clients. This is pretty much the core issue because then that also means not making the kind of money that you know that you could be making, that you deserve, and frankly, that is abundantly available. And so then many times you work harder and longer and, really grind it out with little or no freedom. And many times work more than you did when you had a job. Many folks. Or if you still have your job, now it's like you have two jobs, one that you are getting paid for and one that you've created that you're not getting paid much for, if at all. And many times, folks, you're feeling like a lone wolf out there, like it's just you, and you're trying to make it happen, and you're not really using leverage that's available and out there. So you're just kind of this lone wolf and trying to, DIY, do it yourself all day, all night. And it's exhausting, right? It's exhausting. It's overwhelming. It gets incredibly lonely. And you might have some resources here and there that you're kind of trying to string together from this free offer and that free offer and that free gift and that event that you went to and it's just not coming together, and so many times you feel like you just tried it all and nothing's working. And that, I think, is the most frustrating place to be at because then it starts to feel a little hopeless. It starts to feel like, okay, how am I ever going to get this to work? And for many of us, this is our call. This is what we feel called to do. And if we're not able to do what we feel called to do, then we don't quite feel right, right? But something feels off and it's very frustrating. And many really struggle to the point of, bankruptcy and yes, even homelessness. We actually had a client who was in that state. And thankfully, through what you're going to learn today, she was able to turn things around. So, what's the solution? Get your message out to a wider audience. Yes. Now, here's the thing. To do it easier, right? To do it with ease, leveraged and monetized. Now, wouldn't you like to do that? Get your message out to a wider audience in a way that's easy, leveraged, and monetized, right? So you're not having to do all the work all by yourself for 40 hours a day. Yes, we know that's what it feels like. And you are getting paid for the work that you're doing. That is a beautiful place to be. That's the solution, and that's what we're going to learn about today. So, this, my friends, is an amazing time in history. We are living right now in a time that we've never seen before, frankly, because in the past, in history, all throughout history, there were always these barriers. There was always a hierarchy. There were always gatekeepers. There were always these hoops that you had to jump through in order to get to the Wizard of Oz. It seems like, who could grant your wish and pardon you, give you favor, and you would be able to have a great job or a great something to sustain yourself in your life. Or if you, like in the music industry, you had to hope that you would get found and discovered, and then you would be able to have a career as a professional singer, recording artist. Or in movies, in the entertainment industry, it's been the same way. It's like, okay, if you wanted a movie to get done, you had to go through Hollywood and the big wigs in Hollywood to get the financing and the green light and jump through the gatekeepers and the showrunners and all of that to get a project done and out there in the world. Well, folks, this is truly a historic time because that is no more. I mean, it still exists, but it's kind of like the dinosaur. It's the dying breed, frankly, because now there are no more barriers. Everything is at literally at our fingertips. We are able to have access to everyone on the planet. We're able to get our message out in a way that is free and easy and actually free. Now, folks will still want you to pay for it, but there are free ways to do this. But the point is, there are no more middlemen that we have to go through. There are no more walls and no more barriers to being able to do what we're called to do, get our message out in a powerful way, and live an incredible life. It's just, it's an amazing time. And so, I show these photos here because they're of freedom, they're of joy, they're of elation, frankly, and they're of power. They're of things that we never thought before were possible, and they're happening right now. We have an opportunity that has never been afforded to us, and I want to show you how to take advantage of it so that you can get your message out there and you can reach the people who are meant to hear your voice and your message in a way that only you can give it. And truly, some of them will only be able to hear it from you, right? Your voice is that important. So, what I'm going to show you today, I really want you to implement immediately because you can. You will be able to put this in action absolutely immediately and begin to connect with the people who are waiting to hear your message. So, I have here now the opportunity is limitless and the sky is the limit, but actually, I really like to say, not even the sky is the limit, right? As we're certainly learning through technology, not even the sky is the limit. It's beyond our imagination. So let's be bold and go out there and explore. So, who am I and why should you listen to me and hear what I have to say? Well, I'm literally a pioneer of online broadcasting as the first online entertainment producer at AV Daily News in 1999. I'm the creator of Sacred Rose Music, which is a record label that I started in 2006 to produce my music and then quickly started producing other artists as well. In 2013, we expanded to create Sacred Rose Productions, a full service production company, as we started to grow and do music videos and sizzle reels and pilots, etc. And it's just been an amazing journey in creating amazing work. And as we would produce these beautiful projects with very heart centered, conscious people trying to send out empowering and uplifting and inspiring messages, you know, the idea and the vision was given, which I ran away from at first, but it was given to then create a network where all of these beautiful projects could live and people could know they could come there and watch content 24/7 on demand that would be uplifting, inspiring, and empowering. So, thus, the Divine Spirit Network was born. And this has come from, literally over 25 years in the arts and entertainment, doing commercials and TV and movies, being on Oprah, Tony, the Tony Awards today, Conan, and PBS. I mean, really, it's been an amazing journey. I'm incredibly thankful and grateful for all I've been able to do. And the companies I've been able to work with, like Disney, Universal, Sony, PetSmart, Blue Cross, and I've been able to see behind the scenes in a way that most people don't get to. All of those talk shows, I got to see how they put it together, how it was produced, what it looked like when it was just a script or an idea or the beginning, and what it looked like after changes and updates, etc. I got to see how these major companies put together their marketing. I got to see how the TV commercials were made and industrials were, companies were trying to do their trainings. I really got to be a part of all of these amazing companies to see behind the scenes. And then really also to share stages with amazing luminaries on this planet, such as the late Wayne Dyer, also Stedman Graham, Marianne Williamson, Michael Beckwith, and truly other great luminaries. And so I bring this breadth of experience, also sharing my message, music, dance, drama at churches and spiritual centers, conferences, charities, and also at colleges, universities, and high schools, even around the US and around the world. And I bring all of this, and for me, I'm at this incredible place of integration where all of these experiences have come together for me to do what I'm called to do and support so many of you in getting your message, your voice out into the world. And what I'm going to teach you today is not just fluff. It's not a nice idea. It's not, wouldn't it be great if that could happen? These are my actual results. This is exactly what I have done to generate, as you see here, $100,000 in my first 3 months. And I don't say that to brag. I'm not, it's not about, ooh, look at all the money. But it is about saying this is what's possible. This is what's possible now. A person couldn't just jump up and do what I'm going to show you today, and certainly not make that kind of income in a short period of time. But that's what's possible now. So I always love to show that. And yes, you do see the disclaimer here. Results are not typical, and I do not promise you will get the same results, since I do not know what your business is, your industry, or your work ethic. Because trust me, it's work. This is not get rich quick. This is not press a button and presto. This is not, any of that. And so I really want to just put that to rest right now. Everything you're going to learn today is real. It's step by step, and it takes work. But it's so much easier than we have been led to believe, than many of us have been doing. And I've learned the hard way. So I want to show all of you so that you don't have to make the same mistakes I did. So that's what we're here for. And as you will see, I have wonderful case studies of people who are doing the same thing. they are experiencing incredible results. Lynn Ross here said, I got new clients every day for the first 2 weeks and just invoiced another client for $18,000. And this was what she shared after taking the 3 steps you're going to learn today, the very 3 steps. We also had the wonderful Sabine Messner who said, I'm still getting clients years after. And this was just from taking the 3 steps I'm going to share with you today one time, and she still gets clients. And she said that, shared that literally, I think, 3 years later. So it's a really powerful thing you're going to learn today. And then here's Mary Flor, who went from never being on TV to never even being in front of an audience to speak, quite shy, quite timid, and then was invited to do a national TV spot and sell many copies of her new book that she was still writing, by the way. So, again, these 3 steps get results. It's really powerful. So, what are they? Let's jump in. I told you, no fluff, no nonsense. So, let's dig in and do take notes because you're going to want to. Because you really can use these steps right away. So, the first step, have video content of your message, your gifts, or your skills and talents. Have video, right? And this could be video of your classes, your workshops, your talks, your retreats, your events, your vlogs, your podcasts, your radio shows, whatever you are doing to share your message to help people, to uplift them, their spirits, give them healing or wisdom. Whatever you are presently already doing, just make sure you get it videoed, right? This is the key number one step. This is the first step that makes everything else work. So if you don't get this part right, the other two won't work, okay? And this does not have to be as difficult and complicated like we have made it to be. In fact, it could be as simple as using your smartphone with some simple tools that can cost less than $50, or even some little extras that make it look fancier and even more professional that are less than $100. You could literally make whatever you're doing look incredibly professional, enough so that we can make the other 2 steps work. So this is the first thing I implore you to do. Just start recording your work. And don't worry about mistakes. This was my thing. If you talked about recording anything, I would just get quite nervous because what if I make a mistake, right? And what if it doesn't look right and I don't sound right and blah, 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 and on and on and on. I have a song for that, right? And it just is the blah, blah blues, right? That's the name of the song, the blah, blah blues. And many of us sing that song. And we've got the what if game going on till the cows come home. And what I say to you is, this is the beauty of recording. There's a wonderful word called editing, right? With recording anything, you can edit. I'm not kidding you, still to this day. When I think of something being recorded, I also immediately follow it up with, and we can edit if there's a mistake. Okay? So I want to plant that seed in your head. When you're recording, you can edit stuff out later, right? Editing is a beautiful art form all of its own. And people who do that are brilliant masters, and they make us look great and sound great. So just start recording anything and everything you do on video. Okay? That's including your calls, your client calls. There's a beautiful product called Zoom. If you don't have it, OMG, you're going to be in heaven. Get on it, zoom.us. It will be a beautiful thing that makes your life so much easier and really will help you connect face to face in a beautiful way. So, video, video, video. That's step number 1. Step number 2. And before we get into step number 2, I do want to say, and yes, there is always the option to hire someone to do your video for you, right? And this can be, again, also inexpensive. They can get someone who's, out of college, wanting to build their repertoire, their reel, if it's something kind of low, low key, low budget. Or you can go the full out and really get a beautiful crew in to record it and stage it and make it look amazing. One of the biggest things that I do see so many of us light workers and healers, and I'm going to go back for a moment so you can stay with me. I see so many kind of shooting themselves in the foot by not showing up in their fullest, highest, and best light. Uh, Especially folks who have been doing Facebook Lives. Now, Facebook Lives count, YouTube videos count. This all counts as getting video for yourself. And Facebook Lives are wonderful, wonderfully convenient. So, absolutely do them. And really allow yourself to show up in your highest energy, in your highest vibration, in your highest light. And we share some simple tools, a nice toolkit of what to do so that you can show up in a beautiful way on those Facebook Lives, even because that can look amazing. I've seen some beautiful ones where it looks like a professional show, like on a set, and there are wonderful tools to make that happen. So video, video, video. Step number one. Step number two is share that video. Share that video content on the internet, right? On the internet, on social media, on your smart TV networks. Share, share, share. Now that sounds simple, doesn't it? Right? Make the video, share the video. Sounds super simple, but you and I both know, anyone who's tried it, this can be far from simple, right? Because usually the monkey mind wants to get in there and make it really complicated, and it's not. Okay, but here are some of the places to share your video. Yes, on podcasts, and especially a video podcast, right? You want to go there. The audio will automatically share, so definitely go for the video so it can be repurposed later. I'll have some tips on that, but do a video podcast. And then, of course, there is Facebook, Facebook Lives, or sharing your video on Facebook. Absolutely great thing to do. YouTube, of course, building your YouTube channel, having a presence on YouTube is a great idea. Both Facebook and YouTube have changed their rules, their algorithms, and how they have served people. They've changed quite a bit, which has opened up the door for the fourth item you see here, and that is TV. Now, here's the coolest thing. You and I will say most everyone who's on the call, have grown up with TV in some shape or form. Not that you sat in front of it every night, although there's some folks who did. But the point is, we've grown up to know that TV and movies are like really big. They're like the big thing. They're like the big stuff. It's really still the same. We understand that TV and movies have a certain panache, a certain level of sophistication, a certain positioning for anyone who's on those platforms, and we honor it. We esteem it highly, and these are good things for us to utilize when it comes to sharing our content. Now, here's the thing. The first three we've been using and able to use for years. But the fourth one is where the wall used to be. It is no longer there. The barrier is gone. And now it is possible to share your video content, your content on these TV networks. And they're called smart TV networks, similar to your smartphone, because they are essentially run on apps or on networks that house other content, like your Netflix and your Hulu are the two most common ones. But more and more, these are growing, right? Sony is getting into the action. Apple TV is into the action. Everyone's getting in on this because this is the way of the future. Frankly, folks, this is the future. Smart TV is where the internet and television is from old, have merged. And in a beautiful way that creates an opportunity that is out of this world for you and I, right? For the entrepreneur, for the spiritual entrepreneur, for the person on a mission to get their message out. Smart TV is the new frontier. It's the wild, wild west. And the getting is good right now. It's like it was when YouTube first came out. You know, when YouTube first came out, you did a video, you put it out there, and boom, people started watching because there weren't a lot of videos on there, right? So you could get lots of views, and YouTube rewarded you by paying you. Well, guess what now? Everybody and their mama is doing video, right? There are tons and tons and tons of video channels and videos on YouTube. So they have now changed how they do it, and they don't pay as much as they used to, and they don't, and it takes more views in order to get them to pay. So what that has done has created the opening for these smart TV networks to now make those same deals and literally pay you just for having your content on their platforms. And here's the beautiful part. It's because they already have the advertisers. Whereas YouTube before, you put your content on there and they would woo the advertisers. Now these smart TV networks already have the advertisers and pay you just to have your content on there. It's amazing. Yes, I hope you're really getting the magnitude of this. You can literally get paid just to have your content on these smart TV networks. So this is where the power is. This is where, you know, the real amazing opportunity is. And then, of course, there's step three. And we'll show you how to take advantage of that, of course. Step three is receive income from your video content. I know it's amazing. It trust me. If I didn't experience it myself, I would think this is pretty crazy, crazy talk. But it really is that simple. If you have wonderful video content and you share it on these smart TV networks, and there are many. There, you just saw a little smattering there, but there are over 90. Yes, which is literally millions upon millions upon millions of viewers. Roku alone has over 30 million viewers, right? That's just one of the many networks. So, yes, you get to, in step three, sit back and receive income for your video content. No costly ads, no frustrating funnels, no tangled technology. And I know some of you have gotten caught up in all of that. And it's just, oh my gosh, right? Trying to do Facebook ads and the targeting and making sure it's right. And then retweet and tweaking it and oh my God, testing and retesting and split testing and holy moly, right? There is an easier, simpler, and more lucrative way that many, many are missing out on. So that's what we have here. What are they missing out on? Well, passive income, literally earning while you sleep, right? So imagine just having your video content, sharing it on a smart TV network, and receiving income, no matter what you're doing. It's and for something you did once. You gave that class and now it's out making money for you. You did the workshop and now it's out making money for you. And you're getting paid for it every single month over and over and over again. Now, this for me, I have to tell you, what I love, love, love about this is that it's so much like the industry, you know, in doing film and TV. And I got to experience this. I still experience this. You know, I did a role, I had one line, and I got paid for that one line over and over for almost about 10 years. I think literally about 6 months ago was the last check I received. It still may come. Yes, I still get paid for saying one line in just a pilot. It wasn't even a full show, it was just the pilot. So that's what this is, residual income on one thing that you've done that you get paid for over and over. I really want this to sink in because I really want you to understand what is possible here. Okay. And that it's all done for you. You do the initial, get it videoed, make sure it's videoed, and then literally be able to share it with us, right? And get it on that smart TV network. We do that and we handle everything else for you. And now you just get paid. And here are some of literally what an example is. Okay? Imagine having 6 classes and say, those 6 classes in total are like $20, which is, these are low conservative estimates. 6 classes at $20 can literally bring you over $2,500 a month. Double that, 12 classes, and now you're talking over 5,000. And yes, if you've got a great like series going, literally you can have a beautiful subscription series of 25 classes or modules or steps or pieces, and now you're looking at over 10K a month for something you did once. Isn't that beautiful? Like, really take that in. And that's an example of just over a 21-day period. So that's what's possible. And here's what a channel could look like. The beautiful yoga channel where the start, you've got the starting video. It's kind of the intro. It's letting really getting to know the teacher and some background about her and the style of yoga, a real beautiful introductory video. And then she's got her classes. Because if you've connected with her, you resonate, and you want her to be your teacher, your instructor, great. Now you can get the series. You can do, a full one-time payment for the whole subscription, or you can do it, as you go, $2.99. Again, incredibly low and incredibly reasonable, right? Definitely an easy yes for people to be able to jump in. And that's on just the visual side. We're not even talking about other revenue examples that you can be, receiving more income as a result of that, which are your products and your merchandise, right? The clothing, your oils and mats, your books. So many of you are authors out there. Also, if you have actual experiences for people, live workshops and cleanses and detox, right? Events and retreats, things like that for people to actually experience with you. Now that's additional income you're able to bring in as a result to really, guide people into from your show or your podcast or your classes. And then we have the home study courses, right? And the coaching programs. These are all those next steps where you can take people on a journey with you just from the one thing you did. Everything can grow from here. I mean, isn't this amazing? It's just really amazing. It's a beautiful thing. And of course, as I said, I would share how you can do that, how you can get your video of your class, your event, your show, or your podcast onto a smart TV network. Well, we here at the Divine Spirit Network do that for you, right? And here's a beautiful sample of the Divine Spirit Network that was created with the sole intention of sharing your light out into the world. So as you see there in our teaser, our trailer, are examples of the many light workers and healers and creatives and artists with music and performances to inspire and empower and heal the soul. That's what we're all about. And so we have wonderful global viewership. So we are partnered with all of those smart TV networks, over 90 plus smart TV networks and platforms. Again, having at least 30 million potential viewers to see your content. This is truly a global audience, folks, not just the US, but also Latin America, Europe, Asia, Oceania, and Africa. Truly around the world. And here's, again, here's some samples of different channels that exist, some of the different shows that are out there, or classes, right? Workshops, etc. Here are some of our beautiful divine messengers, we call them. And here are some of the shows that we have actually produced, original content for the network. So, yes, if some of you don't have any video, we can help you with that. We do indeed produce from start to finish. So, as you see here, we've got Mind Your Own Business, which is a wonderful conscious business show that's showing both the mindset and the strategy with Melanie DeShong and Michelle Meir. We have Great Parents in Power. It's a wonderful, based on this powerful course that has truly helped parents to transform how they parent, right? To be the parent that they always wish they could be. We have a children's show called Kids Universe with Jana Spitz, who is just absolutely phenomenal with these children and allowing them to be in their full creative energy. And then we have here a sample of Dolphin Touch. This is with Jeannie Russell, where she gave a beautiful retreat in the island of on the island of Kauai, where her Dolphin Touch Wellness Center is housed. And we went there and shot her retreat. Yes, a beautiful intro. Love of dolphins, as you can tell, she has that there. So we had a wonderful time on the island there shooting her wonderful retreat, really powerful experiences that people had. There she is coming up on the right, Jeannie Russell. Yes. And we have Bliss with Kumari. Now she is an amazing Reiki master teacher and healer who is just doing amazing work on this planet and has this beautiful new gifting of what's called the anointing with Yeshua. And we've just finished filming her show, which was done in the Garden of Aruna, literally in Florida, in her own backyard, right? Because she's created this glorious, glorious garden that just transforms you and really shows you how to create bliss in your own backyard, not feeling like you have to travel around the world to go get it. Then you, as you see here, yes, there's Mind Your Own Business with Michelle Meir and Melanie DeShong. Yes, that's coming this fall. Really powerful show. Literally, we went through a year's journey with 3 different business owners. Really an amazing experience. Here are some of our other divine messengers who have done amazing work, are doing amazing work on the planet. And now it's your turn. It's your turn to shine your light and stream your own show, your podcast, or your video classes and share your message on global smart TV networks. It's now possible. It's now that easy. You know, when I started back in 1999, I would have no idea that this is what was coming. But I'm so grateful that I was there at the beginning and I'm still here on the cutting edge now, able to connect with people like you to get your message out into the world. So literally able to reach over 30 million people with your message. And there's even newer technology coming out that's right now fresh off the presses with apps, Roku apps and Amazon apps that we are literally able to get your message out to. And yes, an app, as we know, like Facebook, you get a message, you get a notification when a new show, a new something is coming out, a new class. So that's the power, literally, to now reach millions of people with a notification that your new show is out, that your new class is up. How amazing would that be? That's you not having to do all of that work to now continue marketing and marketing and marketing and marketing. It's done for you. Now, this is, as you can quite imagine, an in-demand opportunity, and we know it will be grabbed quickly because already over 85 people have jumped in. when we first offered it 2 weeks ago. So if this is speaking to you, if you are seeing the possibilities here for yourself, you're seeing what's possible, it's resonating with you, then I implore you to jump in now and hold your spot, because just like with all of the others, you never know when it's going to change. So definitely get in now, and here's how. You can simply go to divinespiritnetwork.com/apply. That's divinespiritnetwork.com/apply. And once you go there and you just fill out the short application, that'll also lead you to schedule a call with us. And that way we can, talk about your content, see what you have, see if it's a fit, and, see if the whole offer is a fit for you, if we're, a real fit to have your content on these smart TV networks. And also for those of you who don't have content, or maybe you started some but you don't have a lot and you'd like to have more, again, we'll be able to talk with you about that, about how we can support you in creating your video content and then getting it onto the network. Now, this is, as you can quite imagine, an in-demand opportunity, and we know it will be grabbed quickly because already over 85 people have jumped in when we first offered it 2 weeks ago. So if this is speaking to you, if you are seeing the possibilities here for yourself, you're seeing what's possible, it's resonating with you, then I implore you to jump in now and hold your spot, because just like with all of the others, you never know when it's going to change. So definitely get in now, and here's how. You can simply go to divinespiritnetwork.com/apply. That's divinespiritnetwork.com/apply. And once you go there and you just fill out the short application, that'll also lead you to schedule a call with us. And that way we can, talk about your content, see what you have, see if it's a fit, and, see if the whole offer is a fit for you, if we're, a real fit to have your content on these smart TV networks. And also for those of you who don't have content, or maybe you started some but you don't have a lot and you'd like to have more, again, we'll be able to talk with you about that, about how we can support you in creating your video content and then getting it onto the network. So this, my friends, is truly an amazing opportunity. You'll see here are folks that have literally just raved about working with us so far. I mean, again, this is Kumari for her show Bliss, and she has a wonderful testimonial here that you can take a look at, where she really was incredibly shy, and I mean like anti-camera. Being a spiritual leader, a spiritual healer, there was almost like an unspoken vow, from the past, that said you're not to be seen, you're not to be on camera, that somehow that's not being humble, that's not that's somehow being haughty or proud, or just not honoring the gift. There's so many messages and stories that so many of us carry. And I myself, this was huge for me to even step into this work that I was called to do. I had to get rid of all of those messages of who do you think you are, and you're getting too big for your britches, and all of this stuff that I'd heard over and over again growing up. And even as I started doing it, I was hearing some of those messages. And so I had to work through all of that. How to move past those messages, how to release those old stories and create my new story, how to not allow those voices to influence me and keep me from doing what I'm called to do. I tell you, it was quite a journey, still continues to be that, right? As we're always ever growing. And every time you get to a new level, some say new level, new devil, right? There's just another layer of voices and messaging, and to clear old things to heal. And so Kumari really has come through, and now she just shines on video. It's really beautiful. I love it. Love it. Love it. Then we have the beautiful Diane Di Hansen, who just really spoke about, says it's really, really nice to have you as my producer. I get so stuck in my who am I to have my own TV show, right? Then I get on the phone with you and remember, oh yeah, I can do this. Thank you so much for believing in me when I can't believe in myself. And Diane is an amazing light on this planet. The things that she has done and has done in the industry, with TV and networks, she's really quite a force. She's got this amazing theory that she's developed from US with, USC. I mean, she's just a powerful force. So, and she has her show coming on, will be coming up as well, although it might become a movie. We're in talks. We're talking. So the thing is, I just love that I get to support these amazing beings and they support me. We're all supporting one another. And that to me is what it's really all about. Then we have, of course, Bellany DeShong and Michelle Sissom. They speak about their journey and, the excitement of being a part of the Divine Spirit Network at its inception. This is literally one of the first shows that we are producing ourselves. And it's just been an amazing journey and an absolute blast. And that for me is what I love. Is everyone talks about how much fun it is, how much easier it is than they thought it was going to be. And she even posted recently, what fun, as we just wrapped up filming their show. And then we have Rhonda Liebig, who you'll see, you can read her testimonial there. But what I want to say about Rhonda is one of those amazing, beautiful beings who, many of us have this story and we really kind of stick to it, that when we are presented with some options, some new opportunity, we want to go in at the top. We want to go in and be up at the big wigs, like at the highest level. And, we don't want to have to like take our steps up because maybe at the time the bank account says this is where you start, right? And I remember sharing with Rhonda a beautiful scripture that just says, despise not the day of small beginnings. And that comes from the Bible. And it just speaks to the fact that, truly Rome wasn't built in a day. You start with one step. And she started, in our academy. Because there are folks who, we could produce their shows or they already come with their shows. And then for folks who are really at the very beginning of the whole journey, we have our academy, right? Where literally we train you, we show you how to do everything step by step. You learn all of what you need to know to then be able to do video, and you can produce your own or you can have us do it, either way. But you will learn everything you need to know. And she did that. I'm so proud of her because she started one September, and by the next September, she had her own show. She not only had her own show, but her show was touring across the country and filming beautiful authors all across the country on tour, on a speaking tour. It was brilliant. So Rhonda is now out there shining her light bigger and brighter than ever, and I'm so proud of her. Love watching her just expand, expand, expand more and more every day. And then we have the beautiful Martina Caviezel and Monique Siebrechts. And the two of them are the owners of Great Parents in Power. They are doing some amazing work on this planet with, again, parents, parents of children. There's lots of things for children. This is for the parents. So that, truly to learn these tools. And it's 7 modules. I sit in awe of everybody that I get to work with, because to see their processes, to see their work and how it works. They've got 7 modules, and these parents start with, pretty much pulling their hair out. And some of them, with utter chaos and frustration and at wit's end. And literally, like in 2 or 3 modules, there's like order and there's a sense of peace and calm. And the parents really feel much more connected to their children. There's communication happening. It's mind blowing. It's really mind blowing. So I cannot wait for you to see their work. It's really, really amazing. And this is the beautiful and amazing Sandy Daly, who, she just spoke about it was just the epitome of everything she wanted and envisioned. The whole experience was exhilarating and very well structured and organized, and she did her part, and the details were handled by everyone else. See, there's that thing again. There's that theme. I love it. You do your part, and we handle everything else. It went very smoothly. It was fun and way easier than I expected it to be. It was deep and expansive, empowering, enlightening, and fun. That's fun twice. I would definitely recommend it. And Sandy's work is just so powerful. She works with women who have been abused, are in abusive relationships, and guides them out, guides them step by step, using the tools that she did to get out of her own abusive relationship to move out of those relationships. So those are some of our amazing divine messengers and their shows and what's literally coming on to the network and then out to the over 90 smart TV network. So again, you can turn your story, right, or your book or your message, you can turn it into a movie, you can turn it into a musical, you can turn it into a show. There's the options really are out there and amazing. Yes, we are doing 2 musicals. We haven't even talked about that, but we are literally co-writing 2 musicals with the creators. And it's just a blast. It's just an absolute blast. I think with this one show, it's a comedy. I haven't laughed that much in like forever. So, really, now is the time to jump in, to just apply. DivineSpiritNetwork.com/apply. And let's see how we can turn what you're doing into something that people can see and take in and digest right from their phone, their laptop, their tablets, no matter where they are, on demand 24/7. So, of course, for those folks who do apply today, and yes, we can see when you apply. So just by applying today, you're going to be able to get bonus number 1, which is our Shine Your Light training, right? This is about discovering how to be comfortable and confident and authentic on camera, right? Some of you, and I understand this well, really, some of you might get a little squirrely and squirmy around the idea of being in front of a camera. Some folks are like, put me on stage, I can talk all day, but have me sit down in front of a camera or anything like that, and the squirreliness happens. And first of all, there are ways around that to do it creatively. Kumari was one of those at the beginning. She said, no, I don't want to do like a show where I've got to sit and talk to the camera. But when we did her retreat, and now she just gets to be in the energy of what she's already doing, and we're just capturing that. So she was like, oh, yes, that sounds fun. So, but there are ways around it. However, as she now is, because she's taken this training, you can be comfortable and confident on camera, and we show you how to do that. We show you how to step into the power of your voice. The voice is truly a powerful instrument for communication. We show you amazing ways to use it and to keep it healthy at all times. Yes, especially for you conference folks who do 3-day conferences. I've had to save a number of my clients from losing their voice early and mid-conference with my tools and techniques. So I show you how to never have to lose your voice again, really. Okay, how to overcome your fears. Oh, hello. Would this be like a major one? Yes, this is based on my book, From Fear to Freedom. So I take you through the 4 steps. It is literally just 4 steps to not just overcome. And it's, we have that word overcoming, but actually to transmute the fear. Receive the gift that's in it. Yes, there is a gift in your fear. And then let that become your fuel. That's what we do in From Fear to Freedom. It's a really powerful process that I have gone through. It's literally what took me from thinking I was going to not sing again ever after Broadway. I stopped singing for 3 years, and it's what's helped me to literally step into and reconnect with singing just for the joy of it. Next, we have what to say and how to say it. We have top 10 steps to a great TV interview. So again, interviewing is an art and a science, folks. And nowadays, everybody and their mother is also just interviewing because somebody said you can just interview. And so people are asking questions, and it's just kind of all over the place. It meanders, it gets lost. Some people will fire 4 and 5 questions at their guests, and then they've got to try and figure out and do them in order. So we literally show you the blueprint to interviewing and then having that interview turn into revenue. I'm not kidding. Everyone has experienced that. It's really powerful. There's a beautiful flow to an interview, and we show you how to do it. And that's what I learned from Oprah and Conan and Rosie and Today Show and on and on. Okay, then we have what to wear and what not to wear to look your best on camera. There are certain colors you should never wear when you're coming to a shoot, when you're doing video. We tell you what those are. And we also help you to know how to calm your nerves. You know, nerves are natural, right? So it's not about trying to get rid of them. Nerves just say you're excited. It's the other side of the coin, right? You can either be nervous or you could be excited. Or you could be scare-sighted, which is pretty much what it is, right? We're nervous and we're excited. So, we're scared and excited, right? Scare-sighted. And allow both to be. And then, but there are ways to harness that energy and not allow it to steal your breath, which is usually the first thing that happens. We kind of get out of breath, and not allow it to steal your brain. Because that's the other thing that usually goes, what was I going to say? What's the first line? That used to be me. I would forget the first line of whatever I was doing. So we really teach you how to calm your nerves and get centered before you're going to speak, anything that you're going to do in front of camera, on stage, in front of people, anytime. This really helped a lot of my people who were in my workshop. Public speaking for shy people, because I really had a lot of shy folks, and this helped them tremendously. And then you also get bonus number 2, right? Our Divine Messenger Master Classes. So there are 12 months of master classes, support and training that we give you, and this will be a part of what you receive as a bonus to make sure you, again, not only show up, but you can show up in your highest and best energy and allow your truth, the power of your message to really come through. And that also includes having Q&A calls with me monthly and my team, so that you are able to get answers to your questions and really move forward quickly. Then we have bonus number 3, one of my favorites. It's where we go deeper into that shows that sell, right? When I talked about smart TV. So we'll show you the 3 most powerful ways to get paid for your show. And this includes your classes, this includes your workshops. So you not only make a great impact, but also a great income. Okay? And this is where, again, leverage comes in. Very, very nice. Lucrative leverage. Oh, I like that. All right. And for those of you, when you apply, if you choose to pay in full for your Divine Messenger package, whichever one you choose, and we do have a wide array. And yes, there are some free options. So I do need you to know that. So don't think, oh no, I can't do this, and put that already in your head, right? So there are many, many options. But for those of you who choose and jump in on the same day, you're going to get these bonuses. You're going to get your content included on the Roku and Amazon app absolutely free. Absolutely free. Yes. Yes. Roku and Amazon. And yes, we're talking the same Amazon with billions of customers, the largest online store ever in the history of the world. Bonus number 2, a private one-on-one divine wealth session. Now, this is a really powerful session that I have frankly been called to share with everyone that I work with. This changed my life. This work changed my life. It's about redefining wealth and redefining it, understanding what it truly means. and understanding that it's already in you. You are already wealthy, and wealth stands for wellness, empowerment, abundance, love, truth, and happiness. These things are already within you and they're already yours. Now it's about redefining how that shows up for you so that you are experiencing each of them in their fullness, right? So that's what we will do in that session. And for those of you who are going, but does that include money? Yes. Yes, it does. And money is a byproduct, folks, right? It's a byproduct. And when all of those things are in place, really, and in its fullness, then you are receiving that in its fullness. All right. So that is a gift that I share with everyone. You will discover the divine wealth codes inside you so you can change the world with your amazing gifts and talents and struggle no more. And bonus number 3 for these folks is a spotlight interview with me. Yes, right? And then we'll do what I talked about before, turn your interview into revenue. And that may sound like a nice catchy phrase that you think I just came up with, but I promise you, I actually only put it there because it's what happened every single time anyone has ever done my interview, right? Using our divine interview blueprint. It is truly divine and it has an amazing impact, amazing influence, and brings amazing income. That's just the truth of it. So I invite you to step into this once in a lifetime opportunity. Apply now to find out how you can participate in this amazing journey. I'm telling you, folks, again, this is an just out of this world opportunity. Don't let it pass you by. Go to www.divinespiritnetwork.com/apply. Divinespiritnetwork.com/apply. And it's a nice short application. It's nothing crazy. So take that simple step. You don't need to know all of the rest, like Martin Luther King said, you don't need to see the whole staircase. You just take the first step. Now, I promised a gift to all of you for coming to this presentation, for getting this training. And yes, this is a training, right? Because you learned 3 steps. You learned one really new one that, frankly, will knock your socks off once you implement it, I promise you. So for coming and showing up and staying to the end, you get your divine gift pack, which can be found at www.divinespiritnetwork.com/gifts. divinespiritnetwork.com/gifts, plural, because there are many. And you will love them. I think you really will. And here at Divine Spirit Network, we practice what we preach. We are about giving and shining our light and uplifting and healing the planet. And so our charity partner is the beautiful Marilyn Sorensen, who works with daysforgirls.org, an amazingly beautiful organization, nonprofit that's in Kenya. And they started with literally providing something that many of us in the US and developed countries take for granted, and because it's everywhere and it's easy, and that is feminine products. Well, in Kenya, having feminine products or not meant whether or not you got to go to school and get an education or not. Can you imagine? Can you imagine having a pad means whether or not you get to go to school? And or if you now have to get married at 13 and go through some rituals that were really quite challenging. So the Beautiful Days for Girls people have changed that. They have created these beautiful kits that the young girls and women actually even learn how to create for themselves, which also becomes a wonderful entrepreneurial endeavor where they can now even make a living doing it. So it's just a great program. They have schools, they're building schools, they're helping these young women to really make a life for themselves and their family, their children, be self-sustaining, and finally break the cycle. So Will you join me in being the change and allowing your work to get out there to reach some of these girls, young women, young men, families all around the world who need to hear your message? Yes, you're the one. Yes, you can be the change we want to see in the world. Now, this is our theme song for the Divine Spirit Network. You heard a little piece of it earlier. Here's the full video that I'm going to leave you with to enjoy, to think about, and to encourage you to step in, step up and step in and be the divine messenger you already are and allow your message to get out into the world in a much bigger way. Be the change. Thank you all for joining us. We will be around after for questions. So stay tuned. If you have some questions, you can stick around and we will be here to answer them. Be the change.